Imagine a world where memories, those delicate threads that weave our sense of self and reality, can be reshaped, edited, or even created from scratch. What if the stories we tell ourselves, the histories we hold dear, and the experiences that define us were all subject to the whims of our imagination? Could we trust our memories, or would they become mere reflections of our desires and fears? Today, we explore the concept of imagination inflation, a phenomenon where imagined events can take root in our minds, indistinguishable from reality. But in this exploration, we venture further, into a reality where this phenomenon is not just a psychological curiosity but a cornerstone of society. Section 1. The conceptual basis of imagination inflation. Memory is a complex and intricate process, one that is far from infallible. Psychologists have long studied how memories can be altered, sometimes subtly and sometimes profoundly, by external influences, suggestion, or even our own imagination. Imagination inflation occurs when the act of imagining an event repeatedly makes us more confident that it actually happened. Our minds, in their intricate dance of neurons and synapses, can blur the line between what is real and what is imagined. It is within this blurred boundary that we find the seeds of a deeper exploration, a world where imagination can shape not just individual memories, but the collective consciousness of a society. Section 2. Philosophical implications of memory manipulation. If our memories are so malleable, so susceptible to the influence of imagination, what does this mean for our understanding of reality? Can we trust our recollections, or are they merely constructs, shaped by our desires, our fears, and our need for coherence? In a society where memories can be engineered, altered, and shared, the very concept of truth becomes fluid. What is reality if it can be rewritten with the stroke of a neural brush? In such a world, personal identity might not be a static, unchanging essence, but rather a tapestry, continuously woven and rewoven by the threads of memory. Here, imagination inflation is not a flaw, but a feature, a tool used to shape individual and collective identities. But with such power comes profound ethical questions. If we can create memories that never happened, should we? And who decides what memories are worth creating? Section 3. Metaphysical and esoteric concepts. Throughout history, various philosophical and spiritual traditions have grappled with the nature of memory, reality, and imagination. In some mystical traditions, the mind is seen as the ultimate creator of reality, where thoughts and memories are not just reflections of the past but active participants in shaping the future. Imagination inflation, in this context, becomes a manifestation of a deeper truth, that reality is, at least in part, a construct of the mind. Esoteric teachings often speak of the power of visualization, of imagining realities so vividly that they begin to take form. In a society where memories can be consciously crafted, these ancient ideas find new expression. The boundaries between the mystical and the scientific blur, as both perspectives acknowledge the profound impact of the mind on the nature of reality. In such a world, the act of remembering is not passive but creative, a sacred act that shapes the very fabric of existence. Section 4. Bridging scientific and mystical perspectives. As we explore this imagined society, we find that the scientific understanding of imagination inflation aligns intriguingly with mystical perspectives on the mind's power. Science tells us that memories are not static records but dynamic, constantly being rewritten with each recollection. Mysticism teaches us that the mind is a powerful creator, capable of shaping reality through intention and imagination. In this society, memory manipulation is both an art and a science. Neuroscientists work alongside philosophers and mystics, crafting memories that are not just accurate, but meaningful. The goal is not merely to record the past but to create a reality that reflects the deepest values and aspirations of the society. But this fusion of science and mysticism also raises questions. Can a reality created by imagination truly be considered real? Or does the act of creation itself imbue it with a new kind of truth? As we reflect on this exploration, we are left with lingering questions about the nature of memory, reality, and imagination. In a world where memories can be crafted and manipulated, what does it mean to know oneself? What is the value of an authentic experience in a reality where imagination holds such power? This journey through the concept of imagination inflation invites us to reconsider our relationship with our memories, to question the stories we tell ourselves, and to explore the ways in which those stories shape our understanding of reality. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of memory and imagination. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, I invite you to delve deeper into these questions with me. Subscribe to this channel, and let's continue to explore the mysteries of the mind, reality, and existence together. After all, in a world where imagination can shape reality, the possibilities are endless. This script encourages listeners to reflect on the nature of memory and reality, providing a deep and contemplative exploration of imagination inflation without anchoring the discussion to a specific time or place. In this world, where imagination shapes reality, the ethical implications of memory manipulation become unavoidable. If memories can be created or altered at will, who holds the power to decide which memories are valid and which are not? Is it the individual, seeking to reshape their past and identity? Or is it a collective decision, made by those who govern, in the name of societal harmony? These questions are not merely theoretical. They strike at the heart of what it means to be human, to have autonomy over one's own mind. But in a society where the boundaries between real and imagined memories blur, autonomy becomes a complex and multifaceted issue. The power to create memories could be liberating, allowing individuals to heal, to grow, and to redefine themselves. Yet, it could also be dangerous, opening the door to manipulation, coercion, and control. If memories can be engineered, can they also be erased? And if so, what are the consequences of losing the painful but formative experiences that shape our humanity? In this exploration, we find that the ethics of memory manipulation are as intricate as the memories themselves. The balance between freedom and control, between personal choice and societal influence, is delicate, and the consequences of tipping that balance are profound. As we navigate this landscape of memory and imagination, we must consider the impact on identity, the very essence of who we are. In traditional views, identity is seen as a continuity, a thread that weaves through our experiences, our memories, and our sense of self. But in a reality where memories can be manipulated, identity becomes fluid, dynamic, ever-changing. One could choose to rewrite their past, to erase regrets, or to enhance moments of joy. But what does this do to the self, to the concept of a stable, coherent identity? Is identity still meaningful when it can be so easily altered? Or does this fluidity offer a new kind of freedom, a chance to continually reinvent oneself? In this world, the self is no longer bound by the constraints of a fixed past. It becomes a canvas, shaped by both memory and imagination, by both what was and what could be. This raises profound philosophical questions about the nature of identity. Is it the sum of our memories, or something deeper, something that transcends the mutable nature of memory? In the fluidity of self, we may find both liberation and disorientation, a freedom to become anything, but also a challenge to know who we truly are. As individual memories intertwine with imagination, so too does the collective memory of society. In this reality, history is not a static record but a living, evolving narrative, shaped by the collective imagination. Just as individuals can reshape their memories, so can a society reshape its history. But what happens when collective memory becomes a tool for shaping social reality? When history is no longer a reflection of what happened, but a creation of what society wishes had happened? In this world, imagination inflation extends beyond the individual, influencing the stories that bind a community, a nation, or even a civilization. History becomes a myth, a shared memory that may or may not align with objective truth. This fluidity allows for the creation of a harmonious society, where past conflicts and traumas can be reimagined, even erased. But it also poses a danger, the loss of truth, of a shared reality that is grounded in what actually occurred. In such a society, the line between myth and history blurs, and the question arises: what is the role of truth in a world where imagination holds such sway? Can a society thrive on shared myths, or does it need a foundation of objective reality to anchor its collective identity? As we reflect on the power of memory and imagination, we must also consider their role in shaping the future. In this reality, the past is not fixed, but malleable, shaped by both memory and imagination. And if the past can be rewritten, so too can the future be imagined, crafted, and brought into being. Imagination inflation becomes not just a tool for shaping memory, but for envisioning new possibilities, new realities. In this world, the future is not a distant horizon, but a canvas waiting to be painted, a story waiting to be told. The memories we create today, whether real or imagined, influence the future we build tomorrow. This interplay between memory and imagination, between past and future, is a dance, a dynamic process that shapes both individual lives and collective destinies. But with this power comes responsibility, the responsibility to imagine wisely, to remember with care, and to create a future that honors both truth and possibility. In this exploration, we find that memory is not just a reflection of the past, but a force that shapes the future, that defines the trajectory of our lives and our world. As we conclude this exploration, we are left with more questions than answers, questions that invite us to delve deeper, to reflect more profoundly on the nature of memory, identity, and reality. In a world where imagination can shape memory, and memory can shape reality, we are called to consider the power we hold, the power to create, to define, and to transform. This journey through the landscape of imagination inflation has shown us that memory is not just a passive record of what was, but an active participant in what is and what will be. And as we navigate this journey, we must ask ourselves: what kind of reality do we wish to create? What memories do we want to carry forward? And how will we use the power of imagination to shape the world we live in? Thank you for joining me on this profound exploration of memory, imagination, and reality. If this journey has inspired you to think more deeply, to question more profoundly, I invite you to continue exploring these mysteries with me.